Good morning, Uday and Bhargav. Today is Wednesday, November 29th, and here's the heads up brief for today. Today's production to our clients consisted of a total of 79 issues. We covered 46 issues in East Asia Pacific, 21 issues in South Asia, and 15 issues in the EMEA region. I will be briefing you on the major issues of today's production.
Hey, Bassel, thank you. Let's move on to the major issues, please.
Sure. In East Asia Pacific, I'll be covering the top 3 of the 46 issues. In Timor-Leste, a demonstration by the Puvo Kik group is underway in the Tasi Tolo area of Delhi. According to local sources, more than 50 people have gathered for the demonstration. The protest is being held to express support for the ongoing land dispute in Aimeti, Laram. The group held a demonstration in Delhi to support locals in the area on November 22nd. We released an APAC advisory on this earlier today.
Thanks, Bassel. Yeah, let's keep a close eye on these recent protests regarding land evictions and possible police crackdowns. There seem to be a few of these protests recently, so let's keep updating clients on it. Thanks.
Sure. In Myanmar, the ethnic armed organization Karani Nationalities Defense Force has made significant progress in Operation 1111. It's anti-regime, which is the anti-regime offensive in the Kaya state. Deputy Commander-in-Chief Marwi discussed the ongoing operations, stating that their primary objective is to seize control of Loikau, which is the command center of the military regime in the region. We covered this as the major development in Southeast Asia around us today.
All right, thanks, Bassel. Yeah, it will be interesting to see if the Karani forces can indeed maintain control over Loikau, which is quite a strategic town. Let's keep an eye on the developments, the armed resistance and its developments. Operations have been going on for more than a month now, and the military has not been able to push back or mount any significant counter offensives. So let's keep a close eye on this one. Thanks, Bassel.
Yes, sure. We're monitoring this closely. In South Korea, members of the Daehan Yukgyeon Hyopyo group will hold a demonstration in front of the War Memorial of Korea in Yongsan, Seoul, tomorrow. Protesters will condemn the government's efforts to ban the consumption of dog meat in the country. According to local sources, the group has threatened to release tens of thousands of dogs in Yongsan and in front of Agriculture Minister Chung Hwang-kyun's residence in South Chungcheong province. We released an APAC advisory on this today as well.
All right, thanks. This is quite a controversial topic, even within Korea itself, but there is a lot of historical precedents of this. So yeah, let's just keep clients informed of any possible disruptions or crackdowns from police. Thanks.
Sure, thank you. In South Asia, I'll be covering the top 2 of the 21 issues. In Nepal, the internal affairs ministers of the 7 provinces threatened to launch demonstrations in Kathmandu if the government continued to delay the enactment of the federal civil service law and adjustment of the police force. The ministers made the statement during a meeting with Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal yesterday. We covered this as the major development in the South Asia roundup today.
All right, so this is indicative of the chaotic nature of governance and internal administration within Nepal. And if we look at the scale of things, this is least of government's worry as far as the civil unrest is concerned. Hopefully, the government will be able to stabilize the situation at the provincial level. Thank you.
In Bangladesh, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party has initiated a day-long nationwide blockade today, calling for the government's resignation and protesting the general election schedule set for January the 7th. The blockade started at 6 a.m. local time. It will be followed by a nationwide shutdown tomorrow. This comes as the most recent and 7th 48-hour blockade of like-minded opposition parties concluded yesterday morning. Within the 24-hour period until 6 a.m. Yesterday, at least 5 incidents of arson attacks were documented.
Yes, so the protests and nationwide lockdown are a common feature in Bangladesh during or before elections. Now, what's mainly of concern is the scale of violence which has been perpetrated across the country. So let's keep a closer eye on how things evolve at the ground level before and after the elections, please. Thank you.
Sure, we're monitoring this closely, Bhargav. In EMEA, I'll be covering the top 2 of the 15 issues. Concerning Finland and Russia, Finnish authorities have announced that they will close the country's eastern border with Russia starting tomorrow. The closure is expected to last for 2 weeks. Only rail freight will continue via the Vainikala border crossing, which is in the southern area of the border. This comes after the Finnish government accused Russia of luring migrants to the border area between the two countries. Prime Minister Petteri Orpo said the move was prompted by national security concerns due to increasing irregular migration. We conveyed this to our clients via an advisory message today.
All right, thank you.
Concerning Israel and Palestine, several Israeli soldiers were injured in an attack by Hamas fighters in Gaza yesterday. The IDF retaliated, but it is unclear if there were any Hamas or civilian casualties. Both sides accused each other of violating the terms of the humanitarian pause. The IDF has also sustained its threats in targeting Palestinian resistance groups and fighters in the West Bank. We also conveyed this to our clients via an advisory message today.
Thank you, Bassel. Nothing further from my end.
That's the heads up for today. Thanks.
Thanks, Bassel.